Hello, my name is Arcadia Rising, and my thing on YouTube is reviewing webcomics. For my debuting episode, I thought I would review something truly horrid. With that said, Sonichu. Yes, Sonichu. For all those blessed, and I mean truly blessed, without the knowledge of this webcomic, let me give you some insight. It's about Sonic the Hedgehog spliced together with Pikachu. I'm going to let your mind wander on that. It's brought to us by Christian Weston Chandler, who writes and draws the whole comic. And the story he's brought to us makes no sense whatsoever. I cannot follow it. Characters come and go randomly. They show up out of nowhere. Things happen out of nowhere. So let's swallow our sanity and get right to it. I'll be reviewing this comic and future comics by four subjects: art, plot, character, and dialogue. The art is simply atrocious. I cannot make it sound better. He's been drawing this comic since 2000 for 10 years, but yet he has not gotten any better. Which is sad, seeing as that he draws this on a 5-page-a-day basis. 5 pages a day for 10 years, and nothing has become of it. He completely disregards anatomy and detail, and it looks like he just flies through them 10 minutes a page. And he colors it with Crayola markers, which kind of looks uneven, and the lighting kind of looks off, which doesn't really look pleasing to the eye. This also brings up another point. If you are drawing your comic 5 pages a day, and you have a suspense in one of your pages, which goes on to another page, and you're just turning these out 5 pages a day, the readers are going to become detached quickly. They're not going to give any room to speculate on what's going to happen, and they're not going to want to become a part of this comic. The plot is basically an ego trip for Chris. Chris has put himself in the comic, and the place where this is set at is Christian Weston Chandlerville, which Chris is mayor of. It's just the whole comic gives him a way to express his social ideas. Like in one chapter, he said he goes to the future, yeah, I know, and helps create a cure for homosexuality. Homosexuality is not a disease, nor should it be treated like one. Yes, scientists believe it is genetic, but it is not something you can catch. From what I can hear, he's also a bit of a racist, getting fired from his job for fighting with black people who come in. He's also a bit of a stalker. Just putting that out there. Anyways, the characters are just devices for Chris. Just devices for his whims. He completely disregards character development. Nothing. It's just a cause and effect kind of a character. An outside force affects the character, and the character just reacts. It's the same way through the entire comic. And the characters does not develop or change in any way. It's just story after story is like this. And it's not going to change, because I don't know, I'm not really sure if Chris has any idea of the plot, of how a plot structure works, or character structure works. It's just basically a screen for him to project his ideas. The dialogue is forced. All of it is forced. The jokes are forced. The random talking is forced. The conversations are forced. It just feels not... doesn't feel real at all. And it just comes off as horrible storytelling. Chris also, going back to the character, Chris also takes his characters and makes them feel what he wants them to feel. They don't allow the story to change the character. They don't allow the people around them to change the characters. Whatever Chris wants the character to feel, what he wants the character to think. And I think, in my opinion, creators should be as far detached to his creations, thoughts, and feelings, and ideas. As back to the dialogue, I really can't tell if this is a comedy or it's supposed to be taken seriously, because the jokes are that unfunny. I just don't know. So, what's the cause of this comic sucking so badly? Well, a lot of people want to blame it on his autism. But autism does not work like that. Autism is not mental retardation. There are many geniuses in the world who are autistic. And there are people who work in everyday society, and you can never tell if they were autistic. It's just the subtle hints. I think it's because Chris just wants to rant about his views, and he puts them in character form, and puts his views in character form, and just has no regard for for any kind of fan base. And if Sega or Nintendo gets wind of him using their characters like this, they're going to sue him, because it's not just the characters he's created, it's also the characters he's also used bluntly characters from Sega and Nintendo in this. He's going to get sued. He's going to get sued soon. I heard a rumor he's already been sued, and that's why his site is down, or I think it's been hacked, or something is wrong with his site. Usually I would put the link to the site underneath the video, but I have no idea where it is, or how. And if I did know, I had no idea how long it's going to be up, so I'm not going to put any kind of link down there. So, this is my first review. If you're curious about the comic, just don't read it. Don't read it at all. Just kind of let it go to a dark, dark corner of the internet and let it die. I'm Arcadia Rising, and thanks for listening.